And welcome to week number 1 here in I8FA football. Sorry about the technical difficulty, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TSSR Game Time Live here at West Prairie Southeastern as they take on the AFC Pirates. You are watching this broadcast brought to you by West Prairie Sports, brought to you by McDonough Telephone Cooperation and Southeastern Sports, brought to you by Adams Fiber. I am Brandon Thomas, and once again, sorry about the technical difficulties. Right now, this is still the first drive. AFC has had the ball this entire quarter here with 2:20 left in the first quarter. The quarterback for the AFC Pirates is Chase Neer, and they just ended up turning the ball over, and he really led the Pirates. And now the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones has the first possession of the 2025 year, and carried by the by number 34 for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones, Austin Nielsen. And he ends up, Nelson, he ends up getting about 3 yards, brings up 2 and 7. That was the very first play of this game offensively by the Cyclones. And here comes the snap, and number 23 gets the handoff, Bryson Tanner, and he gets a first down and a little bit more, probably another 3 yards more. And that will be the first down of the 2025 season for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. Like I said, for the first series for Ashton-Franklin Center, AFC, very good timing, brought it all the way down to 2:22, and now West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones now are doing their first drive. They had 2 plays, got a first down. Here comes the third play of this series. Handoff to number 34 for the second time, Austin Nelson, and there's a flag, a late flag thrown at the end of the play. He ended up picking up about 8-9 yards. But let's see what the penalty is by the official. As we wait, once again, welcome to the contest here at West Prairie. Face mask on the defense by Ashton-Franklin Center. That will bring up a first down for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. And that will bring them all the way to the 35-yard line, their own 35. About their 33, excuse me. And that is the first quarter score knotted up 0-0 after 1. And we will be right back here after this message from our sponsors.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to West Prairie Southeastern here at Scioto. Once again, you are watching West Prairie Sports, brought to you by McDonough Telephone Cooperation and Southeastern Sports, brought to you by Adams Fiber and TSSR is presented by McDonough District Hospital MDH. I am Brandon Thomas, and I apologize. It is the AFC Raiders, not Pirates. And West Prairie starts off the second quarter. A pitch out to number 34 to Nelson, and he gets stopped in the backfield by Near, who is the quarterback for the Ashton-Franklin Center Raiders, ends up with a nice tackle, about a 2-yard loss. It'll bring up 2nd and 12 for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones, and this is the first time that we've seen a loss of yardage here in this young season on either side. West Prairie goes to the line. Number 35 will be hiking it to the quarterback for the Cyclones, and we're going to see another tackle in the backfield. He may have got about a yard. He may have got back to the original line of scrimmage. Number 16, Tristan Hester, the Cyclones quarterback, and he didn't get any yardage, so it'll be 3rd and 12 for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. The Raiders really playing some really nice defense right here at the start of the second quarter. Number 69, the big nose guard for the Raiders. Hester with the ball. Play action pass. There's a pass that falls short for the intended receiver, Clarence Billingsley. Now that will bring it up 4th and 12 from the Cyclones' own 36-yard line. And we have a timeout called by the home team with 10:18 left. It is 0-0. We will also take a break here with these messages. Come right back here to TSSR Game Time Live, presented to you.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to West Prairie Southeastern I8FA football, brought to you by Adams Fiber and McDonough Telephone Co-op, and also MDH. The West Prairie Cyclones, they will punt for the first time here in today's contest. Oh, no, it's a fake by number 34, Austin Nielsen. He's looking for some running room, and he's looking for some blocks. He's found some blocks, but he's going to get stopped short from the first down, and that will be a turnover on downs by the defense by Ashton-Franklin Center. Really coming up big there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. And they will be starting from the Cyclones' 24-yard line. 9:39 left here in the first half. 0-0. Thank you for joining us. And once again, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties, not seeing the first about 9 minutes or so of the game. Near comes, and he's going to be telling the rest of the boys in white the play. And here we are going to the line of scrimmage. Near ready to get the snap. Hands off to number... He runs up the middle. Number 23. Excuse me, 25. 45, Navas, and he goes up the middle, and he gets about 5 yards right up the middle on the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones defense. 2nd and 5. 8:40 and ticking here in the first half. Near gets the snap. Near is looking for some wide open space, and he runs out of bounds after he receives the first down. And Moore goes out at near the 40-yard line. Yeah, we'll call it the 40-yard line. That will bring up 1st and 10 for Ashton-Franklin Center Raiders. Now number 29 for AFC is getting the play. Excuse me, number 28, Name Memini comes out, and he calls out the play from the sideline coming from Coach Josh Stone for AFC. And he ends up keeping the ball and near a first down. I will call it probably 2 yards short. He runs right up the middle, and Coach John McCormick, he's telling them we got to be tighter up front. We're giving them too many yards. You could see the frustration on Coach John McCormick after that many yards going right up the middle. AFC really getting that big push up front to open up those holes to get that extra yardage, though. Near gets the snap, hands off to number 22, Wilstead, and Wilstead is close to a first down. I believe he's got it. It's very close, actually. No, there's a flag. There's a holding play. Couldn't really see that flag by the placement of the flag, so that's going to push the Raiders back. Here in this first half, we've seen a minimal of flags thrown. It's been a really quick half. So it'll be 2nd down and we'll say 12-13. About 13 yards to go for the AFC Raiders. Near set back to receive the long snap. He gets it looking to pass, and he nearly finds number 22, Kyler Winslet. It goes right off his hands, falls to the ground for the incomplete pass. 6:13 remaining until halftime. We are still all knotted up at 0-0. 3rd and 13 for AFC coming up. Near comes back from Coach Stone to call out the play. They're looking, and they've been working really hard looking for the open pass, but they've also been doing very good running up the middle on the Cyclones defense, but there's no backs around, and Near looks to pass, but he keeps it, and he holds it, and he goes, and he runs, and he ends up getting drawn out of bounds by number 16, Tristan Hester. Knocks it Near out of bounds, and that will bring up 4th down and about 3. Well, we'll give it 4th and 3. I believe that the Raiders will end up trying to end up getting this first down, but you've got to be strong if you are on Coach John McCormick's team. Here on that defense, you want the ball back here with 5 minutes left before halftime to get that chance. But AFC really doing a good job with their ball management. Let's see what they can do here. Near gets the hike. Near does a little bit of stutter stepping, and he stutter steps himself to a first down and more. And he gets a whole bunch of extra yardage to make the yardage shorter for the Raiders. That will bring the ball to the Raiders' 37-yard line. Coach John McCormick wants a timeout for the Cyclones with 4:45 remaining here in the first half. We will also take a timeout. Don't go anywhere, folks. Really close.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in.
Sometimes the best healing happens at home. MDH Home Healthcare provides skilled services to children or adults in need of nursing or therapy services. MDH Home Healthcare covers McDonough County and portions of Fulton, Hancock, Schuyler, and Warren counties. Specialized expertise in wound care, IV medication administration, medication teaching, and orthopedic care is available to patients in their own home. Visit MDH.org to learn more about home health care. The care you need, the comfort of home.
And welcome back to Southeastern, brought to you by McDonough Telephone Co-op and Adams Fiber. Welcome back, and you are watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. I am Brandon Thomas. 4:10 left here in the first half. AFC on offense, 2nd and 10. Looking to score, looking to take the zeros off the board. Near tries to find an open number 8, Zach Rockwood. Zach Rockwood, that's the first time that we've brought his name up into this discussion of the game here this evening. And it falls short, 3rd and 10 for the Raiders of AFC. 3:58 remains here in the first half. West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones, the host here in black. AFC Raiders, the visiting team here in white. And I'll tell you what, AFC really has had some great ball management here in tonight's contest. And the pass is complete to Kyler Winslet. Ends up getting some yardage. Won't be first down. It will bring up 4th down for AFC, and it will be 4th and 9. Let's see what Chase Neer has in store for the defense of the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. And here comes Neer, coming from Coach Josh Stone, to call out the play, and the 3 big men come up to the line for the Raiders. And we'll be hiking to Chase Neer, and there is the hike. Neer looking for the open man, and he tries to connect with number 5, Kyle Goldman. No good, goes incomplete. That will turn the ball over for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones here with 3:32 left in the first half. West Prairie will start from AFC's 37-yard line. Something that I have been talking about, something I have been bragging about, is AFC's clock management with the ball. They have really been holding that ball, where West Prairie has been trying to punch it in, but just really getting stopped by a tough defense by the Raiders. Number 34, Austin Nelson, a name that I've called out a few times for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. He ends up losing about 3 yards. Negative 3 yards once again. There on that last series, we've seen back-to-back plays where AFC came up strong on defense and stopped the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones from gaining any positive yardage. Let's see what happens here. Tristan Hester is the quarterback for the Cyclones. He's back ready to receive the hike. He's got two backs right there with him, and he ends up handing off to number 23, Bryson Tanner, and he just gets absolutely slobber knocked by two men in white, number 76 and 55 for AFC. 76, Musi Maini, and number 59, Isaiah Rangel, and that brings the ball back to the 30-yard line. So it'll be third and we'll call it 17 for the Cyclones. Play action fake and nobody really there in black. The ball ends up getting batted down by Zach Rockwood of AFC. This will bring up fourth down for the Cyclones of the West Prairie Southeastern team, who is the host here in the game tonight. 1:53 remains on the clock here in the second quarter. We are all knotted up 0-0. Now, last time we thought that West Prairie Southeastern was going to punt, and they tried to fake the punt. I'm going to guess here that they're going to punt, and they do. And the punt is by number 34, Austin Nelson, and that is a great punt with a great roll. Rolls all the way down past the 20-yard line. 1:35 left until halftime. AFC gets one more chance when we come back from this break. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, West Prairie and AFC.
Oh, hey there. Didn't see ya. Jerry D from Mr. D on Amazon Prime. I'm just way out here painting.
And welcome back, AFC, to start their offense here late in the first half, trying to get to be the first team to score here in this young season of 2025. Near gets the hike, and he's going to look and keep it, and here comes the Cyclones, their defense, but he's just moving and grooving to get some positive yardage. He doesn't get a first down, but I would say he gets about 7-8 yards. Wait until we see where the officials place it officially, and there is a timeout called out on the field by AFC with 50 seconds left until halftime. We just took a break, so we will stay right here. You are watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. I am Brandon Thomas, and right now we have an incredible defensive battle between two teams who are in the I8FA, the Illinois 8-Man Football Association. Ashton-Franklin Center Raiders and the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. 50 seconds left until halftime. It is 0-0. Ashton-Franklin Center really has had some great time with ball management, and West Prairie Southeastern has been struggling, but you know what? It's still been a fun game to watch, a fun game to call. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're just 50 seconds away from halftime, and you will be watching a ad during halftime, so don't go anywhere. This is a great game. You're going to want to see what this conclusion is going to be, because we've got two really good teams, two really fun teams going head-to-head here at Scioto, Illinois. And here we go. We return back to action. Number 22 for the Raiders, Kyler Winstead, gets the first down. He gets thrown out of bounds by number 23, Bryson Tanner. Bryson Tanner is a name that we've called out a lot for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. AFC will call a timeout with 37 seconds remaining here in the first half. Let's go ahead and also take a break with them. We'll be back.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
And welcome back to Scioto, West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones football, brought to you by McDonough Telephone Co-op and Adams Fiber. And of course, you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Near gets the snap, and he's looking for an open man down the field, and he's going for number 8 or number 5. It kind of goes in between the both. It goes in between Kyle Goldman and Zach Rockwood. That will bring up 2nd and 10 for AFC with 35 seconds remaining until you hear that horn for the first half being over. 0-0 fun game here at Scioto. I'm sorry, I'm seeing a long delay that we have between the live action and what I'm seeing on our feed. So I may have got confused. I may have just been talking to myself for the last 30 seconds. We've got 20 seconds remaining. Looks like they want more time put up on the clock. We have 34 seconds left here until halftime. AFC looking to score, near playing a very good role at quarterback. And there he goes again. He's off to the races for a first down and a little more. Gets about a 12-yard gain before he runs out of bounds. He runs out of bounds, so that will stop the clock. 1st and 10. From the 37-yard line of the West Prairie Cyclones. West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones, excuse me. 27 seconds remains here in the second quarter, here in the first half. What's going to happen? Chase Near for AFC, really wanting to score for his team. And the pass connects to number 22, Kyler Wilstead, who's been his key person that he's been attending to on the passes. But Wilstead also has some good positive yardage rushing as well. It'll be 2nd, and we'll call it 4 with 21 seconds left until halftime. AFC Raiders trying to march their way down the field to be the first and only team to have any points up on the scoreboard here in this 2025 season. Near gets the snap, and he's got some Cyclones coming in and collapsing. Number 16, who is the quarterback for the Cyclones, Tristan Hester, ends up drawing him out of bounds, and he ended up losing some yardage on it. He did have 4 yards to go. Now we're going to call it 6 yards to go. 3rd and 6, 14 seconds left until the first half's horn goes off. West Prairie looking to come up strong here in this battle. That last play, West Prairie Southeastern's defense looked really good, looking good again, but Near finds a hole, and he is trying to go all the way, and he has no problem with 2 seconds remaining. It is 6-0 AFC on top of West Prairie Southeastern. 2 seconds remaining until halftime. That was a 48-yard carry by the quarterback with the quarterback keeper for the first 6 of the 2025 year here at Scioto, West Prairie Southeastern. We will take a break.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential. with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back here to West Prairie Southeastern. This game is brought to you by McDonough Telephone Cooperation and Adams Fiber. And of course, always, you're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. I am Brandon Thomas. We just seen the first score of the season here at Scioto. 48-yard keeper by the quarterback, Chase Neer of AFC. And now they're looking for their two-point conversion. Number 22 for AFC. Wilstead goes in up the middle, no problem, gets that 3-yard two-point conversion to make it 8-0. 2 seconds remains until halftime. You will be seeing a kickoff by AFC to the home team, the Cyclones, and that will probably be it. You will hear that horn that will lead us into halftime. But wow, what a first half we have seen here in week number 1 here at Scioto, West Prairie Southeastern, here in I8FA football. Once again, you are watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. And Southeastern Sports is brought to you by McDonough Telephone Co-op, and West Prairie is brought to you by Adams Fiber. I think I may have mixed those up, but we'll get the correction. We've had some mistakes here tonight, so just excuse the craziness, but enjoy the fun that is going on here in these people's lives, these kids' hearts. I mean, 8-0, 2 seconds left before halftime. Just what a game, what a first half thus far. And there's the kickoff, and AFC ends up, I believe they ended up receiving it, but the clock ran out. I don't think they'll be telling the clock operator to add any time. I would assume not. I would say that they would take that ball and wave it and say we're headed into halftime. And I'm watching to see what is going to go on. Yes, and there's the ball getting waved that you can see. 8-0. The visiting Raiders of AFC lead 8-0 over the home team, the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. 8-0. The first and only score came with 2 seconds remaining in the first half. Quarterback keeper, 48 yards, scramble by Chase Neer of AFC, and that ends up putting them on top. That's what leads us into this 8-0 score going into halftime. 14.5 minutes left. We will go ahead, and I'm going to ask you all to join us for our halftime show with this MDH interview, and be right back with us for some fun second half action here. TSSR Game Time Live. I am Brandon Thomas, and this broadcast is brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Halftime with Milton Griffin, Director of Radiology here at MDH. And Milton, sharp dress, the sharpest dressed interview I think I might have ever done in my life, let alone here at MDH.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Obviously, since you take pride in how you look, you take pride in your department, I would imagine, too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I appreciate Montgomery District Hospital affording me the opportunity to be part of a wonderful organization and a spectacular healthcare team.
Now, when people hear radiology, I think they think x-rays. At least that's what I think. But there's more to it than that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's predominantly and ultrasound. And those areas do not incorporate x-ray. So, but it's incorporated in the radiology department.
So there's obviously a lot that goes on in your department. So there's a lot of areas you have to have some level of expertise, I would imagine, to be able to be the director. What is it, a hospital the size of MDH offering a wide range of available options in the radiology department? What's that say about MDH?
That we have is top of the line.
Now, obviously, radiology is an important part of medicine, but what is it about radiology that drew you to that department?
So when I was in high school, I was in charge of a science project, and one of the books that I was given had a
She's changed a lot. I don't know how long you've been in the business, but when my mom was in teens and early 60s, they did x-rays for things that they would never do x-rays for now.
Absolutely.
So I'm
film and very heavy cassettes, and more or less an image taken from the time that the doctor ordered the image, and if he wanted to see it on an acute basis, it was probably maybe 15 minutes. Now, an acute image can be done, and the doctor can be at the bedside viewing the image in 10 seconds.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
It's crazy. So we've talked to a lot of people in our time here about they're from Macomb, and you're not from Macomb. You told me you're from Chicago. What drew you to Macomb?
So I was interviewing for director's positions, and the organization that brought me here it's B.E. Smith, and B.E. Smith is one of the largest healthcare recruiters in the United States. And the and the recruiter told me, I have a wonderful opportunity, and it's very close to where you are. I said, really? It's close to? Well, I never saw it on Indeed. And she said, no, it's real close to where you are. And then she kind of chuckled, and then she said, well, it's actually in Macomb. So when we finished talking, I Googled the hospital. I saw that it really wasn't very close to Chicago. But I decided to allow everything to take its course. And my first phone interview was with the Vice President of Human Resources and the CEO. And I was very impressed by being interviewed by the CEO on a phone screening call. And that kind of, when they said, well, we like what we heard and we want you to come for an on-site visit, and the rest is history.
Well, before I let you go, we're about done. We're getting ready for the second half here. But I heard through a grapevine that you had a baseball Hall of Fame story?
I do.
Hall of Fame story?
Yes.
What is that all about?
So Sammy Sosa played for the Chicago Cubs, and at that time I was the assistant director for radiology at the University of Chicago. And Sammy Sosa had an episode where the Hall of Fame had a exhibit at the museum in Chicago, and the Hall of Fame wanted to make sure that the bats so that you could take an x-ray of the bats to verify if they're corked or not. So Dr. Barron, who was the chair of the department, contacted me and said, this is what we're going to do. So at 6:30 a.m., this contingent of very high-level folks entered the medical center. They found us in radiology. We took an x-ray of the bats. The bats did not have cork. Dr. Barron said, why don't we take one step beyond? And we took CT scans of the bats. And no cork was identified.
Might as well done MRIs and everything while you're at it, right?
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live. Southeastern West Prairie football here in the Illinois 8-Man Football Association. You are watching West Prairie Southeastern football, brought to you by McDonough Telephone Cooperation and Adams Fiber and MDH. And we are about 2 minutes away. Third quarter will start, but we will also be seeing both teams take a little bit of a warm-up. I'm ready, Will. And we do have Will Phelps here, who is doing the camera here for us for tonight's contest here at Scioto. And I have asked him to come and give us his analyst for this evening's contest. And now I am waiting him. So let's go ahead. He will be in here to give us his analyst from the outside of the booth.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
All right, we're back here at Scioto, West Prairie. And we have Will Phelps here. And go ahead and tell us your analyst here.
I think West Prairie definitely has a soft side. As we see, AFC has been able to kind of attack that part, and they usually fall apart right when they get past them. And there's just slow going after that, really.
Right, and there's been a lot of plays up the middle, and I'm sure that Coach John McCormick is not too happy about that.
Oh, not at all. I think there's definitely a lot of talks about grit, hard work ethic. I think a lot of this group is just keeping the energy going and keeping it going hot, and that's their biggest struggle as this game goes forward, is just keeping the energy up and, keep running out.
And we see Chase near the quarterback, a very athletic quarterback for AFC. And he's just really been trying to tear up the Cyclones up on the ball possession. West Prairie needs to be more patient with the ball, and we may see a different outcome here in the second half. And I know John McCormick. I've known him for years, and I think that could be something that we very well could see.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's just all they really need is just more offense, just a little bit more waiting on the ball, but I think they need a little bit of a longer arm too.
Be starting the second half here. I see that the scoreboard was having a little bit of trouble, and you can go ahead. But Will, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you here in a little bit here after the game. So we will be starting the second half here, and the scoreboard is kind of having a few issues here. But it is 8-0 AFC on top of West Prairie Southeastern. This game is brought to you by Adams Fiber and McDonough County Telephone Co-op. And we're still waiting for the clock, and there's the clock at 12 minutes. The ball teed up, and West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones will be receiving. They try for an onside kick, and the West Prairie Cyclones end up jumping on the ball, recovering it right at midfield. West Prairie Southeastern to start off this first offensive series here in the second half. Ball on the 47-yard line, just into the Raiders' territory. Tristan Hester ends up getting the play called from Coach John McCormick. Hester goes underneath the center, and here is the snap. Hands off to Nelson, and Nelson gets stopped. He just gets absolutely attacked. The initial hit is by number 15, Isaiah Rangel of the Raiders of AFC, and that will move him back 47-yard line to the 45, 43. It will be a 2nd and 16, we'll call. 11 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. 1 minute has ran off here in the second half. West Prairie looking to come up tough here to Nelson. Nelson cuts to the right side of the field. He gets near the original line of scrimmage, probably about a yard short of the original line of scrimmage. That will bring up 2nd and, well, it'll be 3rd and 12. Gets a couple of positive yards for Coach McCormick. Coach McCormick calling the play, the offensive play from the sideline. Nestor looking at him. Nestor looks like, there we go. Nestor does get the play. And the men in white, the Raiders of AFC, wait patiently for the Cyclones to come up to the line of scrimmage. And here we go. 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. West Prairie on offense. Pass to Nelson. It's going to get some positive yards. It's not going to get the first down. You got 3 Raiders coming and attacking on defense to come up with the big stop to send the Cyclones to down number 4. It'll be 4th and 9 for the Cyclones. I mean, just absolute ambushing defense by the Raiders to come and stop. Thinking about punting, let's see what happens. There's nobody back for the Raiders to receive a punt. So this ball is just going to roll and roll forever. And it does, and it's getting close to the end zone. And It'll be at about the 1 or 2 yard line. Greg Phelps announces who is on the PA. 9:11 remaining here in the third quarter. The Raiders of AFC will take over on offense. Here, you've got to be strong and wall built for the Cyclones. If you're strong and well built, guess what happens? A successful defensive play here could lead to 2 points for a safety. Because here in 8-man football, there is still safeties in effect. And I'm sure that's what Southeastern West Prairie would love to do right here. Ball gets pitched, and it looks like a little bit of positive yardage by the quarterback near keeping the ball. And he gets about 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. 8-0, AFC still leads with 8:50 left in the third quarter. They are on top of the home team of the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. Well, I said 2nd and 9. Now I see that the yard marker has moved, so it looks more like, we'll call it 2nd and 7. 8:30 left, and Near gets the call from the coach, sends his line up to the line of scrimmage, and here we go. 2nd and 7 for the Raiders, and that's going to be first down and more by number 22. Who else than Kyler Wilstead, and he ends up with a very nice run for Coach Josh Stone's Raiders of AFC. 8 minutes and ticking after the chains get set for this first down series for the Raiders. Near coming back from the sideline to call out the play for the AFC Raiders. Near just really right now has been the player of the game for AFC, just doing his absolute role as the quarterback for the Raiders. And the ball gets handed off to Wilstead, and he gets stopped by number 65, Jack Carpenter of the Cyclones. And he liked to counter. And that will bring up a second, and we will call it 8-9. We'll call it 9 because Wilstead, that's the first time that we had immediate here in this contest. Wilstead, he's been a prime player for Coach Josh Stone here in tonight's contest against the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. Near gets the hike, and he finds a wide open receiver, number 54, and he's going, and number 54 is Noah Lester, and he goes in, and there goes the hands of the official with 6:40 remaining in the third quarter, 14-0, no flags, so that makes AFC Raiders 14, home team West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones 0 with 6:40 left here in the third quarter. Man, we just seen Lester just get that open field. We've seen some really nice blocks by the men in white, and that put up another 6 points for Coach Josh Stone's AFC Raiders here in this evening's contest. Near has the ball, he keeps it, he's trying to get in for that 2-point conversion, and it looks like it, and yes, we see the Raiders players excited, and it is good. I never could see, there we see the official. I seen the players, but I didn't see the official. 16-0, 6:40 left in the third quarter. AFC leads West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. We will take a break. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented to you by MDH. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you. And we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family. Sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH and also brought to you by Adams Fiber and McDonough telephone co-op, and there's the kickoff, and it's going to go out of bounds. And there's the flag you see symbolizing the illegal kick. AFC, they just had a really nice pass to Mr. Lester for the first score here in the second half, which makes the score AFC 16, West Prairie Southeastern 0. And West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones will start here with 6:40 remaining in the third quarter. Still plenty of time for Coach John McCormick's club here to do something, to pull something off here. But I'll tell you what, this has really been a very fun game to see and call here tonight. This is week number 1 of 9 weeks at least. That's not including the playoffs. Now, the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones on offense. Number 16, Tristan Hester with the ball. 34. Austin Nelson with the ball, and he gets driven out of bounds with 6:33 left. That'll bring up second down, and it will bring up first down. Enough yardage for a first down. Nelson with a very nice run. He put his head down, he put that shoulder down, and he muscled his way to a first down for the Cyclones. Here we are, second play, but we're first and 10. And Nelson is playing quarterback now for the Cyclones. Pass to who has been behind the center, Tristan Hester, but the pass is no good. Will bring up second and 10. That's why I confused that last play, because I'm used to Hester being quarterback, but Nelson last 2 plays has been playing the quarterback. Very nice try there for the open Tristan Hester. Just a little too strong. Brings up second and 10, 6:29 left here in the third quarter. Here on TSSR, brought to you by MDH. I am Brandon Thomas. Nelson once again gets the snap, and he's going to try to take it himself, and he does, and he may be gone. He may be going all the way, and with 6:19, I'm looking for flags, and there is no flags. With 6:19 remaining in the third quarter, for the first time in the 2025 season, Nelson scores the first 6 for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones, making the score 16-6 with 6:19 left here in the third quarter. West Prairie will be going for, it looks like they'll be trying for the 2-point conversion instead of the 1-point extra point field goal. Let's see who will be quarterbacking here. And it looks like Hester's coming back in to the quarterback position for this 2-point conversion. He's looking for the pass, and the ball goes to the ground. 2-point conversion, no good. 6:19 remaining in the third quarter. West Prairie scores for the first time here in this young season, making the score 16-6. AFC in the lead. We are on the field with a timeout, and we will join them. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Also brought to you by McDonough Phone Cooperative and Adams Fiber. I am Brandon Thomas. We are here at Scioto. 16-6 AFC leads West Prairie Southeastern. Nice kickoff, and it looks like it's going to go into the end zone. Maybe not. It takes a hop back near the quarterback. He ends up picking it up, and he gets some yardage, and Nelson just creams him. And you know what? We see near jump right up But what a tackle by Nelson. You've seen that. I mean, I could see that right here on the screen. A beautiful hit, but a beautiful recovery by Chase Neer as well. 6:06. AFC will take possession here in the third quarter. Here in this very fun, tight contest that we've been witnessing here in week number 1 of at least 9 weeks. And there was a flag. Man, I am having some difficulty tonight seeing the flags being thrown. I don't know if it's my age getting to me. I don't know if it's the grass. I can stand here and make up as many excuses as I can, but as long as I catch it, hey, you know what, give me a hard time. I don't care, but it got caught. So the ball goes all the way back to about the 9-yard line, bringing up 1st and 10. Neer is still the quarterback for the Raiders of AFC. And he does have a couple backs right there with him, and he does hand it off to Wilstead. Wilstead gets stopped by a slew of thunderous Cyclones for a loss of 1. Brings the ball to the 8-yard line. 2nd and we'll call it a long 10, short 11. 5:40 time ticking here in the third quarter. 16-6. AFC does lead West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. And something I've talked about many times in this game is the ball possession that Chase Neer does for AFC. Just absolutely great. And speaking of Neer, he keeps the ball and he picks up a couple of yards before stepping out. That will make it 3rd down and 8, a long 8. With 5:15, he steps out, stops the clock. Neer once again goes to Coach Josh Stone for the play. He rushes back out to tell the rest of the boys in white what the play will be. And, watching this time that front line, they're excited. They're ready to do some blocking. They're ready to do some hitting. They want to. And West Prairie, they try to put a stop to all those blocks, but they kind of get juked and drived, and there's a late flag thrown. There's some juking and driving there, but the West Prairie Cyclone defense just didn't fall for it. But let's see what the penalty flag is called. I believe an illegal shift is what I'm seeing prelim here on the side. And the penalty does get declined. Bring up 4th down for the AFC Raiders. Be 4th and a long 8, short 9. Let's call it a strong 9. 4:53 remains here in the third quarter. And Neer is back to punt. There is he's keeping it for a long Hail Mary pass, and it is bobbled, and the ball goes to the ground. That could have been disastrous for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones, but great coverage by the Cyclones defense. Tristan Hester. 4:46 remaining. Turnover on downs. Cyclones will get the ball at the 9-yard line. Their own 9-yard line. They're looking to punch the ball in from their own 9. Some great defense right there, especially by the man who's been the quarterback for the home team. And actually, I state that Nelson's back as the quarterback for the Cyclones, and he's looking to run the ball in. Looks like he gets down to about the 2-3 yard line. He stopped short. So it'll be 2nd and goal. We'll call it from the 3 yard line. 4:25 remains here in the third quarter. Nelson once again keeps the ball, trying to get to that pylon, gets stopped short by the AFC Raiders. Be third and goal from, we'll call it the 3 once again, maybe the 2. Nelson once again back deep to get that long snap. Let's see what he does here. He tries to go up, and he goes to the left side of the field this time, and that works and makes it 16-12. Cuts into the lead just a few moments ago, folks. It was 16-0. AFC was in the lead with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 6:40 left in the third quarter. It was 16-0. 3:54 left in the third quarter. The game has turned around thanks to Nelson of the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. Now we sit at 16-12, looking to make it 16-14. Let's see what happens. Hester back at quarterback for this 2-point conversion attempt. And Hester keeps the ball, and he gets stopped short by number 6, the opposing quarterback, Chase Nair. But anyway, 16-12 just 3 minutes ago. Less than 3 minutes ago, 16-0. Now we're looking at a 16-12 deficit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break since they're on break on the field. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live. Don't go anywhere. We are brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Scioto. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH, brought to you also by McDonough Telephone Cooperative and Adams Fiber. There's the kickoff by Nelson, received by number 11, Landon Hudson of AFC, and he doesn't get too much yardage, brought down by number 23, Bryson Tanner of the Cyclones. 3:49 left here in the third quarter. This third quarter has been the longest quarter by absolute far here in the contest tonight. But man, it's been exciting, especially exciting for the Cyclones. And there is a flag. Those flags, like I said, it's been a difficult time seeing those being thrown here tonight. But then I see the officials speaking. Then finally I see that laundry out on the green. And it looks like a face mask by the Cyclones. Ball on the 43-yard line of the AFC Raiders. 1st and 10, near still. The quarterback looking to add to the 4-point deficit here. And here comes number 8. He hands it off to Zach Rockwood. Zach Rockwood, he stays on his feet, spins off of a tackle, and he goes all the way. That is a 56-yard touchdown off of one play. Now we have a 10-point deficit once again with 3:39 left here in the third quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, this quarter may never get over, but it is exciting both ways. AFC looking to go for a 2-point conversion against the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones to make it a 12-point deficit. I'm sure Neer is going to try everything here to get this 2 points in. You see Neer right there ready to get the snap, and there he is with the snap, and it looks like he's going to keep it. He's going to try to drive through, bowl through, and he gets stopped by number 23, Bryson Tanner. Bryson Tanner's just a man-beast animal out there on defense this last series. 22-12, AFC leads West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live. We are brought to you by MDH, and we will be back right after these.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
And welcome back. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. West Prairie Athletics, brought to you by McDonough County Telephone Cooperative, and Southeastern, brought to you Adams Fiber. And number 23, Bryson Tanner of the Cyclones, really strong off receiving that kickoff, breaking tackles, and finally getting torn down by number 13, Kalani Force. Wow, what a name, Kalani Force. That is a football name and a half, and that may be the second time that we have called his name out here. Ball at nearly midfield. We'll call it the 46-yard line of AFC. Let's see who is quarterback for the Cyclones here. Looks like number 16, Tristan Hester, back. And Tristan Hester keeps it. No, excuse me, it is number 34. Man, that does get a little confusing because they are sharing time so far. Austin Nelson with the correction. He runs out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field with 3:24 left here in the third quarter. It looks like the setting of the flag looks like it may have been a holding by the home team, the Cyclones. And yes, it is against them. I haven't seen what the call is, but they are moving the ball back. Yeah, we'll move the ball back all the way to the 36-yard line of the Raiders. Second and really long. Cyclones looking to do something big here. 3-quarter, 10-point deficit. AFC leads 22-12. Hester back as quarterback, looking for that Hail Mary to Nelson, and it's off the head or the shoulders of number 8, Zach Rockwell, the cornerback for the Raiders, with really good pass coverage there to break up what could have been a very great play for the boys in black. Now we'll bring it up 2nd and 20. Hester with that big left hand at 34. Nelson, Austin Nelson, that is. Ball on the 36-yard line of AFC. There is quite a difference between the ball management of both teams. AFC being very patient. West Prairie Southeastern trying to push and pull in. And right there, attempted pass to number 30. Keith Zabo goes incomplete. We're looking at 3rd and 20 for the Cyclones. Currently with 3:15 left here in the third quarter. Ball on the 36 of AFC. Yeah, I'm watching Coach John McCormick just pace back and forth, just hoping that they can do something here. Hester with the pass, and it is intended once again for Keith Zabo, and it goes off of his chest. He hears the footsteps of number 13, Kalani Force. I just wanted to say Kalani Force again, but yes, he ended up having some good coverage. He had those scary footsteps coming planted for Keith Sabo. Brings up 4th and 20 with 3:11 from the 36. Once again, Nelson back to punt, and Near to receive it for AFC. Near will receive it, almost goes to a knee, but then he gets attacked and knocked down and tackled immediately. Both men getting up slow. Hester with a nice smash Near still on the ground. 3:03 remains in the third quarter. AFC leads 22-12. We see Near actually getting up, walking off the field on his own power. That is a good thing. I was about ready to go into a timeout, but we see him getting up. He's running there on the sideline. All the best to him because he is quite the force for Coach Josh Stone's Raiders. 3:03 remains in the third quarter. 22-12. AFC leads. But man, oh man, what a quarter this has been. Just a fun quarter. It's been a long quarter. But let's see what happens. Who is be on quarterback now? It is Wilstead. Wilstead keeps the ball, gets a few positive yards for the Raiders. Yeah, we'll call it 2nd and 7. Gets about 3 yards on that carry, on that keeper. 2:45 and ticking here in the third quarter. Now let's see if Wilstead ends up having the patience like Near does with the ball possession for the AFC Raiders. We've seen a lot of time come off. We're at 2:25 here now in the third quarter. Wilstead keeps the ball. He's trying to stay on his feet, trying to power through for that first down, and he gets him backwards a little bit. He gets tripped up, and then he's got many Cyclones coming and diving, and the biggest hit there we'll give credit to Austin Stiegel with a nice big hit, but he couldn't get that hit off before enough yardage for the first down for AFC. And number 22, Kyler Wilstead. 150 and ticking. The chains are set. Number 28 coming with the play. Nahum Mamini out, and 1:30 remains here in the third quarter. And there's the snap. Wilstead with the ball. He jukes a little bit, and he ends up getting snagged up by number 35, Eli DeCounter. Eli DeCounter, that's a name that we know from all sports, may it be football, basketball, or baseball. He's one of those athletes that really stand out for the whole school district of West Prairie. It's good to see him out here on the gridiron and just doing his thing, showing off his athleticism. We're under 1 minute left here in the third quarter. AFC on offense looking to continue to the drive. Wilstead once again with the keeper ends up picking up, we'll call it 7 yards. We'll call it 8 yards. Nope, we'll call it 7 yards. The chain keeps on moving on me. See. We'll call it 3rd and long 3. We're under 30 seconds. They may let time run out just to chew up some clock here to send us to the final 12 minutes of regulation. I'm not going to say of the game because you never know, especially with how exciting this third quarter has been. What are we in store for in the fourth quarter? What a treat. I see that we have 13 viewers still with us. You 13 viewers, bring up back some more here after this break. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Oh, hey there. Didn't see ya. Jerry D from Mr. D on Amazon Prime. I'm just way out here, painting, with my thoughts. It's where I come to breathe and let everything just flow onto my canvas. But I'm not alone. I'm out here with the GigaSpire Blast. Keeps my connectivity strong, so I have no interruptions, and I can paint freely, no distractions, and no interruptions. Bye for now.
Football brought to you by McDonough Telephone Co-op and Adams Fiber, and of course you're listening to TSSR Game Time Live. brought to you by MDH. I am Brandon Thomas. We have Will Phelps on the camera here tonight. We are entering the fourth quarter. AFC on offense, continuing to drive, 3rd and 4. AFC leads 22-12. On top of the home team, the Cyclones of West Prairie Southeastern. Near finds number 5 for the connection, Kyle Goldman. Goldman trying to hit that pylon, and it gets stopped short by number 16, Hester. Tristan Hester stops him just short, and we'll call it the 30-yard line. 11:51, and with left here in the fourth quarter, and the AFC Raiders are just 3 yards away from punching it in to get their largest deficit tied. It was 16-0 with 3:60 left in the third quarter. And Nelson for West Prairie Southeastern ended up making it within the next 2 minutes and 50 seconds. A 4-point game now. We're looking at a 10-point game, maybe a 16-point game. No, the ball gets loose from near, and it looks like West Prairie picks it up, and it's a turnover. It is a fumble with 11:45 left here in the fourth quarter. That's got to be something to set a fire underneath the Cyclones, because that's a big play, folks. That could be bigger than what you can think of. And West Prairie ends up taking over off that big turnover. Let's see if they can capitalize. That puts the ball at the 15-yard line with 11:45 left here in what could be the final quarter of the contest. Hester will be quarterbacking for West Prairie once again. Like I said, they've been splitting time between Hester and Austin Nelson at the quarterback position. And that is Nelson with the ball, and it looks like it's enough for a first down. Absolutely is. 11-yard run for the Cyclones. That is a first down, a sports corner first down for West Prairie Southeastern. Ball on the 27. West Prairie looking to come up with a big drive here off that big turnover, that fumble recovery. Nelson, quarterback once again, looking for some yardage, and he does get some positive yardage, at least 5 yards, I would say. We'll call it 5 yards, 2nd and 5 for the Cyclones with 10:53 left here in the fourth quarter. AFC 22, West Prairie Southeastern 12 with 10:53. Clock stopped. Nelson ended up going out of bounds. Be about 2nd and 5, be a long 5, short 6. And here's the snap. Hester with the pass intended for number 23. Bryson Tanner be 3rd, and long 5, short 6. 10:49 left, 22-12. West Prairie down by 10. But came up big, trying to capitalize on a fumble recovery here. Let's see what they can do. And just think, if the magic can happen, just think of what John McCormick's Gridiron Titans could do here. Nelson, quarterback again. Oh, there's a flag in the backfield, though. Nelson stays on his feet, and it takes 4 boys in white to knock him down. But like I said, and it ends up being a holding in the backfield on the offense. That's a terrible break for the Cyclones, but a huge break for the Raiders. Let's see who can capitalize on this. This will bring up 4th down. Excuse me, it'll be 3rd down, and really long. Be about 3rd, and we'll call it 18. 10:38 remaining here in the fourth quarter. AFC 22, West Prairie Southeastern 12. A long way to go for the West Prairie Cyclones. Hester looking. He decides to maybe keep it, but nope, he ends up getting stopped. And there's a flag, a late flag thrown. It could be a late hit. The tackle was by number 55, Lane Messer of Ashton-Franklin Center. 10:30 left. Personal foul against AFC. Let's see where that ends up putting the ball at for the team on offense, the Cyclones. I think that will make it about, I don't know, maybe about 3 yards short. Or I could send them all the way to a first down. Let's see what they have here. It looks like they'll be not totally sure what's going on here. We've got first down on the marker, but it's right in the middle of both markers. There we go. It gets sent to the third down. Looks like about third and, we'll call it 5 for the Cyclones. Cyclones come to the line of scrimmage. Hester, and we have a whistle. I think they're going to talk about the spot of the ball. I really do. The officials are getting together. I'm not sure if Coach McCormick ended up talking the officials into discussing this, but all 5 are coming together to put their heads together. And I'm guessing that's what they're talking about, is the possession of where the ball is sitting right now. Because they was at like 3rd and 18, then there was a personal foul called against AFC. And it looks like they're going to keep the ball as it lays. And we'll call it 3rd and 5. Let's see what the Cyclones can do here. And I'm not sure what's going on here now. There we go. And the ball is set. We've got everybody at the line of scrimmage. Here we go, back to live action. Hester looking to pass, tries to find Nelson, and it goes off, and there could have been a late hit there or an unnecessary roughness that are called against AFC, but it looks like it's let go of. That'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 5. Very good attempt, very good look to find Nelson. Just a rough defense against AFC, just coming in and knocking the play loose. 4th and 5, West Prairie trying to stand strong here, but so is AFC, of course, on their defense. Hester looking to pass, and it gets picked off and intercepted by the opposing quarterback, Mr. Chase Neer. Chase Neer absolutely everywhere on the field, offensively and defensively, playing his heart out. Chase Neer, number 6. You've heard me say his name. You've seen him here on the screen. You're going to see him here once again on offense for the boys in white, the AFC Raiders. What a pickoff. What a defensive play to come up with and pull out with 10:18 left in the fourth quarter. And you are now on your own 39-yard line. Be 44-yard line to start your 1st and 10. With 10:18 left in the fourth quarter and leading 22-12, pitches it off to number 22, Wilstead. Wilstead ends up bulldozing his way close to a first down. Looks like probably 3 yards short, we'll call it 2nd and 3. We're now under 10 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. AFC looking to push their way back into the end zone to add to their lead right now. AFC just really being patient, taking their time, and I know I sound like a broken record, but it's something that deserves to be talked about because they are doing some great work with their time of possession. Near gets the snap, and he gets first down and more, and he goes out of bounds by himself, makes the decision to go out of bounds because he's got that first down, stops the clock with 9:25 left. And there is a holding penalty, so that's all going to get erased and brought back. No first down on the play. Very good work ethic. That young man deserves to be talked about on his work ethic, and he's going to receive that talk right now because he has some great, absolute great work ethic. Chase Neer. Now we're sitting at second down and about 11 yards to go with 9:25. AFC 22, West Prairie Southeastern 12. Near hands off to Wilstead. Wilstead gets met, but he spins. He stays on his feet, and he powers himself to get about 4 yards on the ground. We'll call it a 5-yard gain, actually. 3rd and 6. We was at 2nd down and 11, so now we're at the next play coming up. 3rd and 7. Let's see what's in store for Chase Neer. He's back deep from the snapper, and he gets the snap, and he takes a step back, decides to keep it, looking to get a first down, goes out of bounds, but I believe he's short from that marker by about a yard. It'll be 4th and 1. It'd be 4th and a short one. Right now, you got to be expecting that run up the middle if you're wearing a black jersey. If you're Coach John McCormick, I think you got to be expecting that run up the middle here. But let's see what happens. I have been wrong in the past. 8:37 left, 22-12. AFC leads West Prairie Southeastern. Near goes the coach, Josh Stone, now comes to his team to make the call. Now let's see if this is up the middle. Let's see if my Miss Cleo impression is correct. And it's handed off to Wilstead, and he goes up the middle, bounces off, and he's going to go for the end zone. He's going for that pylon, and he gets to that pylon. It is a touchdown for AFC. Now they have tied their most deficit by 16. Like I said, it was 16-0 with 3:40 left in the third quarter. Now we see it once again, a 16-point deficit with 8:28 left in the fourth quarter. 28-12. AFC leads West Prairie Southeastern. Now they're looking to make it an 18-point with a 2-point conversion. Here we are in the fourth quarter. Just two teams that's been so exciting to watch. It's been a really fun game. The first half, great. The third quarter, great. Fourth quarter is shaping up to be epic. And it looks like there's a delay to make a call on, and it is no good. He gets stopped short, and it ends up being a 16-point deficit, 28-12, 8:28 left. AFC leads Southeastern, West Prairie Southeastern. We will take a quick break as they take a break as well. Don't go anywhere, folks.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to West Prairie Southeastern football, brought to you by McDonough Telephone Cooperative and Adams Fiber, and of course by MDH. You are listening and watching the TSSR Game Time Live. I am Brandon Thomas, joined with on the camera Mr. Will Phelps. West Prairie ends up receiving the kickoff, and gets some yardage. Number 2, Hayden Wilcox ends up with a nice little return after being tackled by number 5, Kyle Goldman of AFC. The Cyclones will start with the ball at about the 30-yard line. Well, we'll call it the 28-yard line. 8:21 remains here in this fourth quarter. And timeout by AFC. We just took a timeout, so we will stay right here. Sorry about the scoreboard not working tonight. I'm trying to keep up with you on the score. Ladies and gentlemen, AFC, Ashton-Franklin Center leads 28-12 on top of West Prairie Southeastern. And it's been quite the game. It really has some good plays, some good patience by AFC, especially led by their quarterback, number 6, Chase Neer. But then on the other side, you look at the home team of Mr. Nelson, Austin Nelson, number 34, who scored both touchdowns for the West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones and really lit a fire for Coach McCormick's team. But now you see them battling, but let's see what they can do. You've got AFC obviously a little worried here, calling another timeout here with 8:21 after they just scored. So they've got something in store, but because they know that John McCormick must have something too, because with West Prairie Southeastern, you've been seeing number 16 Tristan Hester play quarterback, but you've also been seeing Austin Nelson play quarterback as well. And right now you are seeing Hester's looking to pass the number 23 to Bryson Tanner, and he gets some positive yardage. It will be 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 6 with 8 minutes left here in fourth quarter. Coach McCormick calling the offensive play from the sidelines. Hester taking it from right there near the line of scrimmage, and the men in black end up going to the line of scrimmage. Here comes the snap. And it's Hester that gets the snap, looking for the pass to number 44, intended for Cade Chambers. Incomplete with 7:34, stops the clock here in the fourth quarter. Cyclones trying to do something big here. They're down by 16 for the second time in the contest here tonight. With 3:40 left, they were down by 16, 16-0, and just like that, less than 3 minutes later, made it 16-12. With Nelson, just the Raiders to get 2 scores. Now West Prairie's hoping and praying that something can happen, that they can come in like a tornado, like a cyclone, and score. It is Nelson keeps the snap, and he will not go down, and he still doesn't go down. He does get drawn out of bounds, but guess what? It is a first down. It is a Sports Corner first down here with 7:24 left in the fourth quarter. The ball sits on the 44-yard line of AFC. With 7:24, it is 28-12 AFC on top of West Prairie Southeastern. Once again, I apologize for the scoreboard not working here tonight, but you've got me to try to keep you updated on the score. I see that we have 15 viewers. Thank you for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live here at Scioto. Pass intended for Nelson falls incomplete. Will bring up 2nd and 10. We have Will Phelps on the camera, and I am Brandon Thomas. TSSR is covering a ton of games tonight on YouTube. All you got to do is subscribe, and you get those notifications of every single game as they go live. And if you're flipping through, I hope that you enjoy every broadcast brought to you by TSSR Game Time Live. And here's the snap to Nelson. Nelson keeps it, trying to bowl himself away, does a little bit of a stutter step, and he ends up getting shoved out of bounds. And this big man, they're trying to knock him down, and he's showing them that he's going to persevere, and he's not going to go down. He's going to show his strength. This ends up, he goes out of bounds, 3rd and 4. Coach Sean McCormick once again calls the play from the sideline. Hester looking to take the play. 3rd and 4 for the Cyclones with 7:13. The clock is stopped after Nelson ran out of bounds. And Hester is going to be quarterback on this play here. And he's going to keep it, and he's going to try to get positive yardage, and he does, and he stays on his feet after breaking the tackle, gets knocked down by number 13 and 15 of AFC, number 13, Kalani Force, and number 55, Lane Messer. But that is a sports corner, first down with 7:13 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and that puts the ball into Cyclone onto their 38-yard line. Cyclones looking to do something really big here. Nelson with the snaps. Nelson takes it, and once again, he keeps it, and he goes out of bounds. Clock will stop with 6:52 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ball at the 32-yard line. That will bring up 2nd and 4 with 6:52 for the men in black, the Cyclones of West Prairie Southeastern. Man, Nelson really making the Raiders of AFC work to bring him down. And we see Nelson once again. Looks like he'll be taking the snap. And he does, and he tries to plow forward, but they send him back. But, yeah, it is positive yardage, but that will be short of the first down. We'll call it 3rd and 2. 3rd and a short 2, and we have a player down for AFC. Looks like he may be holding his back. And the Cyclones are going to the sideline, and the coach tends to the player down. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
And welcome back, and that was very quick. And as we were in break, the young man did get off the field with his own power and fairly quickly, and they was trying to get Coach McCormick of West Prairie Southeastern back onto the field, but it ended up working perfectly because we took a break, and once we got back from break, both teams coming back out onto the field. 6:36 left, 28-12 AFC on top of West Prairie Southeastern. Hester gets the snap. That'd be Nelson with the snap once again, and he bowls his way for the first down. That'll stop the clock at 6:23, and that is a sports corner, first down. Ball on the 19-yard line for West Prairie Southeastern. Clock ticking with 6:05 and ticking. West Prairie trying to cut into this lead of AFC. Nelson with the ball, and he changes direction, and he could go into the end zone, and there's a flag thrown. There is a flag on the play. Not sure what's going on, and it looks like the officials are calling over Coach John McCormick as the player is down. I haven't seen any indication of what the flag was. Haven't seen an indication on if the touchdown was good. 5:52 left. And let's see what is the decision by the officials here. As John McCormick is talking to the white cap official, the umpire of the field. So, personal foul. It is a face mask, so I'm guessing that they are calling it a touchdown. I never did see the indication of a touchdown, but I'm guessing that they're putting the ball on the hash mark. So, touchdown, 28-18. West Prairie Southeastern looking to get within 8, but they get stopped short. The two-point conversion, no good. 5:52 left in the fourth quarter. AFC leads 28-18 over West Prairie Southeastern. Let's go ahead and take a quick break.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today.
And welcome back to West Prairie Southeastern here at Scioto. This game is brought to you by McDonough Telephone Cooperative and Adams Fiber, and of course by MDH. 5:52 remains here in the fourth quarter. 28-18. The visiting Raiders of AFC lead the home Cyclones 28-18. West Prairie Southeastern just scored. Now they'll be kicking off. Nelson will be kicking off near for the Raiders will be back to receive deep, but it's kicked short into the hands of number 14. That is Alexander Sprinkle, and he doesn't get much, but he does get a little bit of positive yardage. It will bring the ball to about the 46-yard line, where they will start off with 5:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Near still the quarterback for Ashton-Franklin Center. And I've said it many times here in this game, he has done management. And you're up by 10 points, 28-18, with just less than half of the quarter over with. Now, that's what you want to do, is you want to take your time. You want to see what you could do with every single possession, how much time that you could take with every single possession. And they're going to actually talk it over as I'm talking about it. A timeout called by AFC with 5:45 left. Now, Coach John McCormick, you're wanting to cause a turnover here. That's what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to come up with a big hit, big fumble, and you're wanting to take and march that ball down the field to get another 6 points, to set a fire, to light a fire, to get the team, to get the fans, to get the coaching staff involved in getting that excitement so that you can end this game in epic proportions. And that's what, I'll tell you what, we've seen the game led by 16 twice, and now we've seen the game led by 10 twice. But still, it's an exciting, exhilarating ball game between two teams here in the I8FA here in week number 1. Think of what all the other 8 weeks has in store for us. Number 21 is now the quarterback for AFC. And we've got a player down once again, and this time it is for West Prairie Southeastern. It is Hester. He's coming up limping a little bit. John McCormick's like, you're all right, you're all right. He's asking the official, can I keep him in? I think the official says no. He's going to have to come to the sidelines for at least one play. 5:34 remains here in the fourth quarter. AFC on the offense. And they have the 10-point deficit.